Okay, so obviously we've got a lot of young guys in the field at this point for Oklahoma, and this is really more of what this Monday morning idiot was going to be about. So I thought we'd just go through this drive. Let's just watch this drive. You guys know I like to do it where we can watch successive plays and really get a feel for what's happening. So right now, let's see. We'll just go over it so it's easier to remember. You have Kate McIntyre, Zion Raggins. I believe this is Ivan Carrion. On the line, you got Logan Howland. Let's do this again. Redshirt freshman Kate McIntyre, true freshman Zion Reagans, true freshman Ivan Carrion, true freshman Michael Hawkins, true freshman Xavier Robinson, redshirt freshman Logan Howland, redshirt freshman Heath Ozida. Um, I believe this is Josh Bates in here, sophomore. Or I think Josh Redshirt. It's a redshirt freshman as well. And then you have true freshman Eddie Pierre-Louis, true freshman Isaiah Autry-Dent. So youth is served on this offensive group here. And they do some good stuff here. So we'll watch the first play. This is going to be a vertical shot to Zion Raggins up the field. Um, that's a rocket from Michael Hawkins. And I don't say that to be tough on Mike. Like that tells you the kind of arm talent he's got to make that throw down the field. But also, guys, I called for this, and I know many of you did as well. So I'm not making this singular to me. A deep shot to Zion Raggins. Guy runs in 10 threes. Like, yeah, let him go run. He's 150 pounds. Like, why are you running stuff to him that's about short little quick area burst or him blocking for something? No, stop that. So I more than anything, I notice it feels like the offense is understanding their personnel better than they ever did previously. So that's obviously a nice check mark for Joe John Finley. Okay, so now here we go to 2nd and 10. Let's see what happens up front here. Probably should have been a keep here from Michael Hawkins the way that's crashing. But again, you've got this guy. I'm sorry, the corner here. This guy coming, and maybe that's what Hawk reads. So I don't know about that for sure. I'll won't feign knowledge that I don't have. Um, but not a lot of push up front. Kind of looks. Oh, I'm sorry. I said Heath Ozida was in there. I did not recognize this was the drive when Daniel Akankumi has come in and is playing there at left guard. So I apologize to what was it? UK Daniel, England Daniel, something like that. That Brent called him in the press conference. Um, okay, this is pretty good from Eddie Pierre Louis. More than anything, like I highlighted earlier when he didn't move up to the second level. This is him getting again, guys. It's just reps, man, and game reps are just different. I don't care who you are, what you're doing. So you have Eddie Pierre Louis here at right guard. He's knocking the defensive tackle down and I believe that's Josh Bates, and then he's going to come off and work to the safety here. Now he doesn't get to the safety, but he's at least showing an understanding of what he's doing. What you probably need here is just a bit of hesitation from Xavier Robinson, just a little. And again, I can excuse away young guys on offensive line. I can excuse away this for Xavier Robinson. Young guy getting his first real run and wants to make a play, but like just hesitate right here. If he'll wait and let Eddie Pierre Louis catch up with this guy, then he can break this way, and it's him and this safety one on one in space. Um, he's and again, it's okay. Like that. That's it's not a big deal. I'm just saying that's where uh, with the way Javante Barnes run the ball, Javante Barnes probably shows a little more patience there, and Robinson, he'll get the timing. He'll figure it out. I was super impressed with his work, and like I talked about on the Game Day Rewind, again, go watch if you haven't on the Sooner Scoop YouTube channel. Um, I think he earned himself some carries. Like I'd like to see him out there against Missouri and kind of see if he brings them a little something different. I don't know about you all, but I was pleasantly surprised by Zay Autry-Dent here. Not here so much, but just in this game. Um, Here he's just going to wall off a defender. For those that don't know, he's up here. Um, does a nice job. It's not. I mean, again, it's not an exemplary play. The DN's unlikely to have a role in that play, but he gets to do something. All right. And then we've got Eddie Pierre Louis. What's Eddie doing here? Let's watch this. I mean, yeah, he's got it. I mean, okay. So for those, Eddie is right here. So let's try and track him in the pile here a little bit. All right. So he's good initial punch. This is now him right here. Now he's over here. Keep watching him. Eddie Pierre-Louis just going looking for contact. He probably should have gotten flagged right there, guys. I mean, that probably should have happened. And one, I'll forgive. Two, okay, you got to learn the lesson a little bit. But again, he plays with an aggressive style, like he is trying to set a tone that I don't see any other guys doing, and I love it. I mean, that they need more of that. And I there's guys here that are physical blockers. I know it's in them. They just got to let it, kind of pull the cord and let it go. I think too many of them are trying to be perfect when, if we know anything from the history of Bill Bedenbaugh, of course there is a minimum level of you need to be doing the right things, you need to be smart play. But if you're doing things and you're doing them with velocity, he'll let some stuff go. Like I mean, but you need to be showing some aggression, some physicality, and Eddie's bringing that here. So we'll just keep going here. Looks like still pretty much the same lineup that we initially kind of outlined. Yeah, you're not doing that to Xavier Robinson. I don't care if he's a freshman or not. You're not just going to go play patty cake with him on the sideline. That's not what that dude's about. Um, Really good work by the O line here. So that's only a four-man front. You've got Bates and Eddie Pierre Louis doubled here, and then just a bunch of guys winning their individual battles here. Um, you can see, like, look here at Logan Howland. Like, you can still tell he's just so big and long. Like, he hasn't got the base yet where he can just set his butt down and he can't be moved. I think once he gets that, he can be an outstanding player. Like Brent Venable said a couple weeks ago, like, he can play this game a long time if he can add the mass he needs to be as physical as he needs to be. But look here at Daniel Akinkumi. Look at him mirror, just going back and forth. I love that. We'll watch it here for those who maybe didn't get to see. This is a great angle for talking about O-line play. So right here, you got Daniel Akinkumi in a one-on-one, and watch him. Guy's going to try to go outside. Daniel moves with him, keeps his base looking nice, good base there underneath him. He's probably a little high, but that's okay. I mean, again, you're talking about really, really young guys. All right, so then, like I said, you've got Bates and Pierre Louis, and look at Isaiah Autry-Dent over here on the right side. Um, that's nice. Look at the natural knee bend. You got a good flat back. Look how he's squatted down, and you've got Logan Howland so high, and that guy's getting under him, and Logan's a big, tall guy. So is Isaiah. So not an excuse. You got to get better at that. But as Logan gets bigger and stronger and learns to set his butt down, Sorry, Logan, that's probably not very flattering for you, but just gets a little lower. Like just squat, bend the knee a little bit, bend the ankle. Um, it'll get harder and harder for defenders to do this to him, where he's just getting driven back because he's just too high. Um, he's got to work harder than most guys do, but looking at Isaiah, it can be done. But yeah, Xavier Robinson, you're not going to go tapping Xavier Robinson out of bounds. He's going to make you earn that. All right, let's see what we've got here. You can tell. I mean, OU's just got some. This offensive line, whether it's the starters, whether it's this group, they're starting to believe. Like they're starting to believe. Okay, we can move bodies. We can do this. Boy, obviously Eddie Pierre Louis. A lot of people talking about him. I like what we're seeing of Daniel Akinkunmi here. Look at each time he's a guy that he's gonna get a little initial pop. Him and Logan Howland switch off. Like that's really clean. Um, as the two defenders stunt there, that's well done. I mean, again, it's tight quarters, and I get that there wasn't like a lot of space created by Maine to really make that work. But for two young guys to pick that little loop up, that's great, man. That's a good start. Um, all right, so I guess I kind of said it. I don't. Here we go. So watch these two guys. This guy's going to come in, kind of. He's going to try to split the gap right here and force Alvin to a decision. And this guy's going to loop around behind him, and when he does, they do a nice handoff. Howland takes the end. Oh, I'm sorry, the tackle, and Alvin has the end who's sliding around behind him. So it's a well done play. Nicely done for Oklahoma there. Watch Isaiah Autry Dent here work up to the second level, pick up a linebacker. Like it's not so much about what he's doing. I like the movement skill. Like I see a guy that's moving his feet pretty well, looks pretty comfortable, gets up there. Again, I like the way he keeps a base. You can tell, like, and when he fires his hands, he does it together. Like it's there's stuff there. Again, and people don't realize it. Since he arrived, it was kind of a this guy's better than people realize. Like there's a lot of people that really like him. So I'm interested to see what this offseason does for him, what it looks like. Oh, I skipped past it. Sorry. All right. So yeah, you've got Carry On here, still Howland, still Akinkumi, Bates, Eddie Pierre Louis, Isaiah Autry, Cade McIntyre, Xavier Robinson, and then obviously Michael Hawkins at quarterback. Yeah, I mean, there's nobody that played at a high level in Class 5A in Oklahoma that doesn't realize what this poor guy is about to go through here. Boom. I mean, Xavier Robinson's been bullying people for 2 years. So that's what he is. I think Oklahoma's done a great job kind of changing his body a little bit, making him a little lighter, a little more explosive. But he still has so much physicality in his game. I really, I, he he's a guy I'd like to see get a little more run. And let's see what he does with it against better competition. But I think there's something there for sure. Let's watch the offensive line here a little bit and see what we see from the young guys. I mean, Again, if I'm Oklahoma, I want more push. I want to see more violence, that kind of stuff. But for young guys, they're where they need to be. They're doing a lot of the things they need to do. You got Logan Howland turning this guy out. Daniel Akinkumi's got outside leverage on this guy. Really does a decent job maintaining it. Um, you want him to work his feet around a little bit more where he's, like his hips are here. Let's get our hips here. So we've sealed that guy. There's no chance for him to get back and play because for Daniel to have my guess is there's a little bit of a hold there. Like that's pretty tough to manage that just with yeah, exactly. See right there, you can see it. Hang on, right here. And hey, nice job by Daniel Akinkunmi to have white gloves against a team in a white jersey. That's smart business. But yeah, so again, a lot to build off here. So I've had, we've had people for a month now telling me like, oh, got to get Bauer Sharp out of there. How could it get any worse? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Cade McIntyre, who I think is a talented guy, but he's being used like he's Bauer Sharp here. It's kind of the move tight end. Watch him on this linebacker. Boof. Like, just gets blown back into the backfield. Like, that's not to highlight Cade McIntyre isn't a good player or can't be a good player. That's to highlight that, yeah, Bauer Sharp has bad moments, but at the same time, he's 245 pounds, maybe bigger. He just brings a lot more force when he goes and meets a linebacker than than McIntyre does at this point. Again, Sharp early in the season, I don't know if that was always true, but you're starting to see Sharp get comfortable as a run blocker. He's starting to figure the pieces out a little bit.